Hey darlings, and welcome back to another video. Tonight I want to talk about a topic that a lot of people are having trouble dealing with. It's about taking responsibility. Now, perhaps you are listening to this because you have noticed that you habitually make excuses when something goes wrong, or if you're late for an event. Maybe when you get in a bad mood or have a rough day, you automatically find reasons why it's somebody else's fault. Perhaps there are things you'd really like to achieve in life, or changes you'd like to make in yourself. But that nagging voice inside of your head, it gives you a list of reasons why it is impossible for you. People can habitually explain away their lack of success as being the fault of their parents, their genes, a supposed lack of intelligence, the government, their consistent bad luck, having the wrong personality for it, and so on and so on. In fact, when you mix together a series of these reasons, you can produce a pretty convincing argument to explain away any lack of success. But stop for just a moment and think about the difference between a rock and a human being. A rock is completely the product of its environment, from the huge forces of pressure and heat that formed it, to the way it has been weathered by the elements over the years. That is what produces it in its current state. Everything about that rock is a consequence of its past and its environment. But human beings, they are alive and conscious. You are, of course, influenced by your history and the world around you, but being conscious means that you also have the capacity for choice. A choice in how you react to the world around you, a choice in what you do. And that freedom is the ultimate essence of being human. To explain away everything that happens to you and every feeling you have as the fault of something else is to deny your most precious resource as a human: the ability to consciously choose the life that you want. It's like pretending that you're a rock instead of a living human being. So, as you prepare to relax deeply to the powerful hypnotic suggestions you're about to hear, you might begin to wonder, in the back of your mind, what taking more responsibility would really mean for you. Would it be a willingness to admit when you're wrong? Let go of having to be right about blaming others? Would it be a decision to take action on a dream you've long been telling yourself you won't succeed at? Or will it be a decision to take more responsibility for the world around you? Now, as you prepare to relax very deeply and begin to wonder inside about your responsibilities within you that you may not have been aware of, now can unconsciously assist you in shifting your attention purposefully from the external world, the objects and sounds around you, and you might like to close your eyes if you haven't already done so, And if you have already closed them, you can just imagine those eyelids closing once again. That's it. So you can begin to focus inside. Because as you start to notice a growing sense of comfort, now or in a few moments' time, developing in that body, you can begin to get an image in your mind, and it might be clear or it might be quite big or dim, but it can be an image of your own face, perhaps just a flicker of recognition as you see your own face. Relax, how the muscles smooth out like a silken sheet, the forehead, the jaw, the little muscles around your eyes. That's it. And as you take a slow, deep breath, I wonder what it would be like to see your own chest, to see your own stomach rise and fall, to watch yourself become still, more relaxed. And then as you notice your surroundings, as you see in your mind the surface of whatever you're resting on, and listen for any sounds in the background, you can just notice that sense of comfort growing inside as a pleasant heaviness or lightness that gives you that dream-like sense that you are beginning to drift inside. That's it. And as I count from 5, all the way from 5 down to 1, you can become more and more relaxed with each and every number, just seeing that shape of the number 5 in your mind as you breathe out slowly, and from 5 to 4. That's it. Slowly breathing out and watching the numbers change as the shape of the number 4 changes to 3. That relaxation flowing all the way down into your fingertips and your toes, and then down to 2. And then seeing the shape of that number 2 melt into 1 as you just relax all the way down right now. And that's it. Year 1927, a 32-year-old man stood on the shore of Lake Michigan, bankrupt, unemployed, living in state housing. His young daughter had just died from illness, and he had turned to drink to numb his pain. And now he stood gazing into the deep waters of the lake, seriously contemplating suicide. And as he describes it, there was a strange moment when something changed, as if a light surrounded him and let him know that it was not his right to end his life. And he knew in that moment that he did not belong to himself alone. He belonged to the cosmos, to the universe. And that very day, he began a lifelong experiment to discover what a single individual can contribute to changing the world and benefiting all humanity. That man's name was Buckminster Fuller, who became a world-renowned polymath, a pioneer of architecture, design, the developer of the geodesic dome, who was awarded many honorary doctorates, and whose ideas and visions for the future still resonate through our culture today. And if you were to begin an experiment to find out what difference you can make, I wonder what would be the first step for you to find out how much impact on the world one life can have, to leave a legacy that you can be proud of. And the Buddhists relate the story of the 1,000 demons, an ancient ceremony for enlightenment, where the candidate would be given the chance to enter a room filled with 1,000 demons. And all the candidate had to do was to keep moving through the room, find that door on the other side, and then he or she would be enlightened. But the demons were very cunning. They would show candidates their worst fears, distracting them, taunting them, belittling them, until some would become paralyzed with fear. And it took great strength of mind to keep in mind that anything the demon said was just an illusion, and that you just need to keep moving. And you might wonder now about what it'd be like to walk through a room of 1,000 excuses, voices giving you endless plausible sounding reasons why this isn't possible, why that's not your fault, why your genes or your finances make it unattainable, why a society or your physical attributes make it unworkable. A room filled with 1,000 whispering voices, persuading you to give up, to give in to apathy, whispering your right to carry a chip on your shoulder because all those dreamed are barred to you, persuading you to give up on your humanity and imagine that you're just a rock, molded by external elements, a simple product of history, and nothing more. And as you remember the times you've made excuses in the past for why you couldn't do something, excuses you've told yourself or other people, I'd like you to see yourself in all those different times, shrugging, sighing, grumbling about why something is impossible. And it's as if a part of you has gotten lost in that room of 1,000 demons, lost among the voices of excuses that sound so very plausible. And as you take a step back and see that pattern of not trying, of not moving forward, of buying into that endless list of excuses, I would like you to consider what would happen if you began to see through those excuses, like they were just junk mail, messages of doom and gloom that have held you prisoner for so long enough. And what would happen if, like Buckminster Fuller, you begin an experiment to find out what really is possible, to find out what difference one human being can make, to begin to put one foot in front of the other and find that door on the other side, to step out into the light with the ability to see through illusory obstacles and rationalizations about why something can't be done, and with a deep fundamental curiosity about what you're going to start making a difference in. Maybe even in taking more responsibility for your own mood, for your own attitude, consciously choosing to make the best of each day, consciously choosing to make better choices, whether you feel like it or not, consciously choosing to make things better in your life and in the world around you. And I'd like you to begin to plan ahead for 3 things you'll be doing differently over the next few weeks. 3 concrete steps from getting more organized, or eating better, or exercising more, to being friendlier, deliberately lifting the mood of those you meet, or something that really contributes to the society that you live in, helps to make things better all around. Perhaps investigating what you could do for charity, what you could give back, because this is your world as much as it is everyone else's, and you have your right to be here, and along with that right, you have a responsibility, a duty to add, to give back, to leave a legacy that you can be proud of. And if one of those old whispering voices tries to tell you that that's not possible, what if it's lying? What if those voices have always been lying? And what if you begin an experiment in finding out what happens when you decide to take responsibility and make a difference? And just plan in your mind now 3 things over the next few weeks, and just see yourself taking those specific steps, noticing the resolve and commitment on your face to find out what's possible and build a real sense of pride in who you are becoming right now. And as your unconscious integrates, this is an unconscious template for the direction your life is now heading in. A real sense that the more you make a difference, the more you feel fully alive, meeting that basic human need to contribute to something greater, than yourself. And that's it. You can know that each time you listen to this session, and you can do so on a regular basis, you'll be deepening and strengthening this resolve. That's it. And you can prepare to become wide awake now and feel very good as you do. And that's it. By noticing the position of your body and the sensation of whatever you're resting on, and as you reorientate to this present moment and to your surroundings, you can just become more and more alert. And that's it. All the way back now. And as you open up your eyes, you might enjoy a nice little stretch, and welcome